So, hi everyone. Gaya ng sabi ko on our last synchronous session, this is the next topic na supposed to be na-discuss natin noong nakaraan, okay? So, this is the three basic kinds of market integration, okay? So, to begin with, remember class that when two businesses are brought together or when two businesses are merged, okay? So it is possible to define that there is the nature or type of integration. So based on the activities of each business or businesses and where they operate of the supply chain on an industry, okay, so ano ba sa tingin nyo yung purpose, okay? Why nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na market integration? Of course, the purpose is to strengthen their position in the market and of course to enhance their production and distribution stage. Okay, so now let's discuss what are the three basic kinds of market integration. The first is the horizontal integration. Okay, when we say horizontal integration, so this occurs when a firm or agency gains control of other firms or agencies performing similar marketing functions at the same level in the marketing sequence. Okay? So, gaya nga ng sabi ko, horizontal integration is the merger of two or more companies that occupy similar levels in the production supply chain. But however, class, sabi nga nila, they may be in the same or different industries. Okay, so si horizontal pwede mangyari whether they are in the same or different industries. So one of the most definitive examples of horizontal integration, just like I've mentioned, is the Facebook. Okay, so when Facebook's acquisition of Instagram in year 2012, okay, for a reported $1 billion. Okay, so both Facebook and Instagram operated in the same industry, and that is social media. And they both shared similar production stages in their photo sharing services. Okay, so Facebook sought to strengthen its position in the social sharing space. Okay, si Facebook, nakita niya that the acquisition of Instagram was actually an opportunity for them to grow its market share. And not only that, this is actually an opportunity for them to reduce competition and to gain access to new audiences. Okay? So that time, Facebook realized that all of these through its acquisition. Okay, so Instagram is now owned by Facebook, but still it operates independently as its own social media platform. And I just want to add less that one of the example also of this horizontal integration is when Disneyland in year 2006 acquired the Pixar. Okay, di ba? They are both on entertainment media naman. Okay? So this type of integration sometimes combine agencies to form a union with a view to reduce their effective number and the extent of actual competition in the market. So just like yung sinabi ko kanina, isa yun sa mga kumbaga maganda na nagiging effect ditong tinatawag na horizontal integration. So this is just an example of a horizontal integration. Okay, so again, horizontal integration, two or more companies produce the same good or services. Okay, and so yun yung tinatawag nating horizontal integration. So there are effects of horizontal integration class. These are buying out competitor in a time-bound way to reduce competition, then gaining larger share of the market and higher profits, attaining economies of scale, and specializing in trade. Okay? So, remember class that we need to buy, okay, or kailangan bumili or makipag-merge sa isang organization, okay? Sabi nga, that's one of the effect of this horizontal integration. Another thing is, sabi nga, kapag malaki yung market share mo, ibig sabihin, there will be a big chance or also na masustain mo yung position mo dun sa market, okay? We are referring to a company, okay, or a business. And I know that most of you are not familiar with the economy of scale na tinatawag or the economies of scale. So when you say economies of scale, these are cost advantages, okay, reaped by companies when production becomes efficient. So yung mga companies, it only means that the companies can achieve economies of scale by increasing production and lowering cost, okay? So usually this happens because costs are spread over a larger number of goods, okay? And the size of the business, it actually matters when it comes to economies of scale. So kasi nga, the larger the business, the more the cost savings, okay? So kaya mas ano siya, okay siya pagdating sa uh, pag malaki yung company mo. So, less input, more output. Okay? Ibig sabihin, kung konti yung investment mo or capital, okay, malaki naman yung nagiging volume ng production mo or mas madami naman yung output mo. Okay? Another example is, halimbawa, yung Walmart. Okay? If you are familiar with Walmart, okay, this, a company in the other country, in US, okay, the Walmart stores are known for their massive size and their vast selection, okay? But if there is one thing that defines the company, that is actually yung pagkakaroon nila ng low prices, okay? So, if you're familiar with the tagline of the Walmart, okay, sabi nga ng tagline nila, everyday low price, okay? So, meaning class in economy of scale terms, okay, Walmart has grown abundantly. That its ample size has increased its purchasing power and gives it even more bargaining leverage with its suppliers. Okay? So, yun yung tinatawag nating dun sa when it comes to attaining economies of scale. And of course, another effect of this horizontal integration is specializing in trade. Okay? So, when we move on to the advantages of horizontal integration, so ano-ano naman yung mga yun? Okay, these are the lower cost, higher efficiency, increased differentiation, increased market power, reduced competition, economics of scale, economic of scoops, and of course, we have also this international trade. Okay, so when we say lower cost, diba, ito yung availability of resources. Okay? Ibig sabihin, andun yung availability of resources and the lowering cost. And when we say higher efficiency, ito yung sinasabi na less input, more output. Or mas madami yung volume of production based dun sa kokonting input na binigay nila ng company. Okay? Then, increased differentiation. So, dito naman class, dito pumapasok yung uniqueness, okay? Not only the uniqueness or yung tinatawag nating competitive advantage ng company or ng product, okay? So, we have already discussed the competitive advantage, okay? So, next is the increased market power. Market power refers to a company's relative ability, okay, to manipulate the price of an item in the marketplace. Kasi by manipulating the level of supply, demand, or both, dito pumapasok yung tinatawag na dominance, okay? Then, doon naman sa reduced competition, syempre, dito nagkakaroon ng merger, enable to reduce the competition. Then the economics of scale, efficiency of production naman, while yung economic of scopes, okay. Economies of scope describe situations when producing two or more goods or services together results in a lower cost than producing them separately. So, yun yung mga advantages nitong tinatawag na horizontal integration. And of course, if we have advantages, we also have disadvantages of horizontal integration. So, these are first, destroyed value, okay? Then second is the legal repercussions. Then third is reduced flexibility, okay? So when we say destroyed value, okay, pag sinabi natin destroyed value class, ibig sabihin lang nito, nangyayari siya because of synergies, okay? So remember, synergies never materialize despite the cost of horizontal integration. So pag sinabi nating synergies, okay, SYNERGIES, okay, ibig sabihin lang nito, it means there is an interaction or cooperation of two organization. So, yun yung tinatawag kung ba't nagkakaroon ng destroyed value. And the other one is legal repercussions. Okay? Dito naman, pumapasok yung tinatawag nating antitrust law. Okay? So, ano ba yung antitrust law? Okay? This is actually a law which prevent big corporations in the acquisition of mergers. Okay? Why? Bakit ba kailangan maiwasan or hindi payagan na yung mga big corporations makapag-acquire pa or makapag-merge pa? Okay? Kasi nga, 'di ba, that would narrow competitive market. And ang mangyayari doon, there will be possibly it will create monopoly. Okay? Remember when we say monopoly, di ba? So, di ba kapag monopoly, wala kang ka-competition. So, yun yung ginagawa ng ibang organizations. Ginagawa nilang narrow yung market para kumbaga sila lang yung makapag-supply ng goods or product. Okay? So, that is why this is a disadvantage. Okay? Then, another is the reduced flexibility. Okay? I just want to add pala, class, regarding legal repercussions pa. Di ba monopolize ang nangyayari dun sa ginagawa ng mga big corporations pag nagme-merge sila or nag-acquire. So, ibig sabihin lang nun, tinutok advantage, okay, yun ng mga consumers. Di ba? Remember yung previous lesson natin na perfect market and imperfect market, okay? So, di ba pag sinabi natin perfect market, sabi nga natin sila yung mga price taker. Okay? Then, remember that kapag naman imperfect market, sila naman yung mga tinatawag na price maker. Okay? The perfect market, price taker. Then, imperfect market, sila naman yung price maker. Okay? So, reduced flexibility is also a disadvantage of this horizontal integration. So, usually this happens because the company is now a larger organization or corporation. So meaning the additional personnel or manpower and the processes, okay, means that there is a need for more transparency, okay? So, ibig sabihin, kailangan ng more accountability and red tape, okay? So, ano ba class yung red tape na tinatawag? Okay, saan ba natin siya usually naririnig? Okay, we can apply red tape, okay, this government and even in large organizations. When you say red tape, di ba, it means excessive regulations or rigid conformity or rules that consider redundant na, okay? So halimbawa, example nito class is that there is a lot of official forms and procedures that are involved before something is accomplished. So, halimbawa, I don't know lang ha if ganito pa rin sa LTO pag kukuha ng driver's license. But before kasi, 'di ba, napakadami mong kailangang fill upan ng mga forms, okay, 'di ba? You will fill out tons of annoying forms just to get a driver's license, okay? So that was before. I don't know lang kung ganun pa rin yung process, okay? And even in the other offices, 'di ba? Bago ka makatapos ng isang transaction, napakadaming forms na pipilapan, okay? So that is another disadvantage of horizontal integration. Okay, then aside from horizontal, another kind of market integration is the vertical integration. So vertical integration occurs when a firm performs more than one activity in the sequence of the market process, linking together of two or more functions in the marketing process within a single firm or under a single ownership. Okay? So, si market integration class, this is actually a strategy, okay, whereby a company owns or controls its suppliers, okay, distributors, or yung tinatawag na retail locations, okay, enable to control its value or the supply chain. Okay? So si vertical integration benefits companies how? By allowing them to control the process. Okay? By allowing them to reduce costs and of course to improve efficiencies. But take note of this class, however, vertical integration has its disadvantages also, including the significant amounts of capital investment required. Okay? So, si Netflix is actually a prime example of this vertical integration, okay? Whereby the company, di ba, it started as a DVD rental company supplying film and TV content. Then, the company's executive management realized that they could generate more revenue by shifting to original content creation. That's why today, Netflix uses its distribution model to promote their original content alongside films from major studios. Okay? So that is one example of vertical integration. Also, vertical integration makes possible to exercise control over both quality and quantity of the product from the beginning of the production process until the product is ready for the consumer. Okay, so it reduces the number of middlemen in the marketing channel. Okay, so the company, okay, has also integrated forward as much backward. Halimbawa, si Apple. The Apple retail model, okay, one where the company's products are almost exclusively, di ba? Exclusively sold at company's own locations. Okay, so excluding Best Buy and other carefully selected retailers, okay, so it allows the business to control its distribution and sale to the end consumer. So may tinatawag tayong forward integration and backward integration. So this is an example of the supply chain, okay, of vertical integration. Then, ayan, this is the example that I've mentioned, Apple. Okay, Apple is one of the best-known companies for perfecting the art of vertical integration. So, the company manufactures its custom A-series chips, di ba? Alam nyo naman yon, para dun sa iPhones nila and iPads. So, it also manufactures its custom Touch ID, di ba? Fingerprint sensor, okay? So, the company has also integrated forward as much as backward. So, ano ba yung backward and forward integration? So, first, let's have forward integration. When we say forward integration, it is a firm assumes another function of marketing which is closer to the consumption function. Example, yung wholesaler assuming the function of retailing. Okay? So, si forward integration class, mas kilala siya dun sa tinatawag nating cutting in middleman. Okay? Ano ba yung cutting in middleman? Okay, let's say in the future, okay, some of you will be part of some big organizations, okay? So there will come a time that you will actually hear this na maririnig nyong, okay, let's cut the middleman. Okay? So meaning, pag narinig nyo yon, yung okay, let's cut the middleman, meaning the company will use the strategy of forward integration, or they will apply the forward integration. Okay? So si forward integration, it is an operational strategy, okay, na ini-implement ni company, a company who wants to increase control over its suppliers, okay, manufacturers or distributors, okay, because it can actually increase its market power. Okay, so that is forward. Also, in forward integration, in able to be successful, a company needs to gain ownership, okay, over that company that were once customers. So, ibig sabihin lang, class, yung dati daw na customer ng isang particular company, ngayon ay gusto nang i-acquire, okay? So, ang purpose nito is yun, to cut out the middleman. Okay? Kumbaga, para mawala yung third party. Okay? For example, guys, di ba, in a relationship, di ba, we don't want to have a third party. Then, in business, kumbaga, kasi sa business, mas madaming gastos at mas mahaba yung process kapag merong tinatawag na third party. Kaya kung may resources ka din lang, or if you have the resources and you really want, or you have the capability or the capacity to acquire para bilhin yung isang third party, then why not? Okay? That will be a good advantage for you. Okay? Another good example of forward integration, halimbawa, a farmer. Okay? A farmer who directly sell his crops at a local grocery store. Okay, so rather than to a distribution center that controls the placement of foodstuff to various supermarkets, ang ginawa ni farmer, direkta niyang ibinenta yung kanyang crops dun sa local grocery store. Okay, or halimbawa, a clothing label that opens up its own boutiques, okay? Selling its designs directly to customer, okay? Instead na ibenta niya yon through department stores, okay? So that is actually direct. So that is an example also of forward integration. So this is a diagram of how the vertical integration is working, okay? Then also we have the backward integration. So this involves ownership or a combination of sources of supply. Example is when a processing firm assumes the function of assembling or purchasing the product from the villages, okay? So backward integration is when a company buys another company that supplies the products or services needed for production, okay? So remember class, si backward integration, ina-acquire niya yung dati nilang supplier. Okay? Let's have an example. Okay? An example of backward integration might be a bakery. Okay? A bakery that purchases a wheat, okay, processor or a wheat farm. Okay? So sa senaryong ito class, o yung retail supplier is siya yung purchasing one of its manufacturers, okay? So siya yung nagka-cut ng middleman, okay? Or siya yung naghihinder dun sa competition. Okay? Sa madaling salita class, in short, backward integration involves buying part of the supply chain that occurs prior to the company's manufacturing process, while forward integration involves buying part of the process that occurs after, okay, the company's manufacturing process. Okay, so that's the difference between the backward and forward integration. Again, si backward nag-o-occur prior to the company's manufacturing process, while si forward nag-o-occur naman siya after the company's manufacturing process. Okay? Then, of course, we also have this what we call balanced vertical integration. So, paano naman to? Itong tinatawag na balanced vertical integration. So, this involves ownership or a combination of sources of supply. Example, when a processing firm assumes the function of assembling or purchasing the product from the villages, okay? So, this third type of vertical integration, which is a combination nitong forward and backward of vertical integration, okay? Combination siya ng forward and backward. So, class dito, both na kumbaga yung dalawa or parehong na binili ang dating supplier nila at dating customer nila. Okay? Di ba? Si forward and backward. So, ibig sabihin, sa balance vertical, binili si dating supplier, binili din si dating customer. So, here, the company controls from raw materials up to final delivery. Okay? So, for example, a company may also own a farm or a ranch where the food is produced. Okay? So, hindi lang yung supplier ang binili nila, pero yung ding customer. Okay? So, meaning the forward and backward vertical integration can be applied and can be seen here in balanced vertical integration. Okay? Ulitin ko lang class ha. Horizontal is the merger of two firms at the same stage of production. While si vertical, it is a firm merges with another firm involved with production of same product but with different stage or stages of production. Then under ni vertical, dito na pumapasok si forward and backward integration. Okay? Now, let's have the last kind of market integration, the conglomeration. Okay? Conglomeration or conglomerate integration ang tawag, o a combination of agencies or activities not directly related to each other when it operates under a unified management. Okay? So this is a process whereby a business acquires a substantial number of other unrelated business in order to form a large and highly diversified corporation. Okay? So ibig sabihin class, sa conglomeration, dito nagme-merge yung two firms making different products. Okay? So, the main motive behind the conglomerate merger is yung tinatawag ngang diversification. Okay? So, yun talaga yung pinakang goal ng mga companies na gumagamit nitong conglomeration na to. But, remember class, sometimes after a number of years, some firms demerge. Okay? So, pinaghihiwalay. Okay? They actually divide it into two or more firms. Okay? So, ano ba yung mga advantage ng conglomeration? So, bakit ba siya ginagawa? Bakit yung ibang company, conglomeration yung ginagawa instead of horizontal and vertical? Okay. So, yeah, this is actually an example diagram of conglomerate. Okay. So, di ba, katulad nga ni Nestle, di ba? So, siya ay two firms na nag-merge na gumagawa sila ng different products. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Okay. So, these are the reasons for market integration. Okay, but before this, ayan, sumobra naman ako. Wait lang. Okay, balikan natin tong tinatawag na yung diversified corporation. So, ano ba yung advantage? Gaya na nabanggit ko kanina. Kaya siya ginagawa, yung conglomeration, is because of the following. Yung diversification, okay? So, when you say diversification, ito yung risk of loss lessen, okay? So, ibig sabihin, if one business sector performs poorly, other better performing business units can compensate for losses, okay? That is diversification. Yun namang expanded customer base, okay? So, ibig sabihin naman ito, class, mas wider yung market when it comes to conglomerate integration. Okay? Kaya isa siya na advantage. Kaya mas yung ibang company, ito yung pinipili. And then, increased efficiency. Okay? Kasi nga, it became more productive. Okay? So, tatandaan nyo class, the advantages of conglomerations are ito yung mga dahilan kung bakit ginagawa to ng company or ginagamit tong conglomeration. First is diversification. Second is expanded customer base. And third is it increased efficiency. Okay? Okay, so let's have another example. Another example is halimbawa sa electricity company. Okay? Electricity company can merge to a travel company. Okay? Or pwedeng an insurance company nag-merge naman sa chocolate producer. Diba? If you will analyze, diba, you will notice that hindi naman sila related, yung mga businesses nila. But their purpose is, especially yung nag-acquire ng firms, is dahil pabagsak na or malapit nang mabankrupt. Okay? So that's why hinihinder or hinahamper nung gustong mag-acquire na company yung pagbagsak. Ibig sabihin, nasasalo siya ng isang malaking company or ng mas maraming pera at mas maraming resources. Okay? So, yun yung dahilan kung bakit yung ibang company ginagamit itong tinatawag na conglomeration. Okay? Okay, so these are the reasons kung bakit ginagamit yung market integration. So again, to remove transaction costs, foster competition, provide better signals for optimal generation and consumption decisions, and improve security of supply. Okay, so that will be the end of our third module. Thank you, everyone. I hope that despite of the bulk na informations na nare-receive nyo regarding our lessons, I hope you will appreciate and still try to understand kung ano yung ating pinag-aaralan. Okay? So thank you, everyone.